Well, it's still fairly early. It's getting dark outside, but it's
Oh, I
still
thought it was black.
no,
Okay.
it's not. It's not black yet.
Okay.
Getting there. You're. What the hell is that? Look at that up there.
I look outside.
And you see a bunch of people going out in the streets and looking up.
I look up.
You can't see because the
I mean,
window.
I go outside and I look up.
Oh.
I follow him out.
You guys head outside, and people are all talking about what they saw. And somebody goes, "It's like them fireworks last Royals Day. The chin let off. This one was a bit prettier." Oh yeah, they're talking about that. And after another couple minutes, more of them, ignore any human-headed people you see unless you think it might be you, more of them begin going off above the town. Both of you guys give me spot hidden rolls. Lower is better. Vince is looking at the pretty lights up in the air, but Freddy is a suspicious motherfucker. You are seeing, it looks like rockets being launched from a distant, maybe 8-10 kilometers away mesa that has some sort of rock formation that looks like somebody giving the middle finger, but in rock. And you swear it looks just like a missile coming out, and you see several dark figures too far off to get anything specific about. And then there's a pause and you can see the trail, and then it explodes over the town.
The dark figure is what on the mountain, you said.
Yeah, you're gonna guess like human-sized figures on the mesa next to the big flippy off finger thing, but you don't know exactly what's up.
And so the rocket goes up, blows up, lights
Above
appear.
town. Yeah,
above town.
Pretty lights.
Have I seen anything like this before, or do I know what it might be? Is it fireworks, or is it something
You
more?
have no idea, but both of you guys give me feel rolls.
Fuel?
Feel. It'd be under your spot. Like touching.
Gotcha, I see it.
Cool. Freddy is obviously way too paranoid because he's starting to feel like dust or something settling on him. Both of you guys, now, this is a big roll that you both have to make. You're wanting to make your choice of either constitution or alcohol/drug tolerance. Your choice, you only get one. If you fail or fumble this, permanent skill loss will take place. You guys are awesome. Both of you guys roll D6. This is for sand loss. You want low. It can go toward fear of death self. Cool. Both of you guys give me willpower times 3 rolls to avoid freaking out. Everybody else on the street is beginning to either freak out or weird shit's happening. I'll describe it in a second. I just wanted to get both of you guys hold your shit together. Mark off your sanity loss and put it toward fear of death self as Vincent Sand gets lower and lower. And Freddy's like, at last, I'm losing sanity. Good for me. You're watching some of the other people here. Like one guy begins to literally shit himself out through his asshole, it seems. And he is being turned inside out with all of his internal organs on the outside. You see other people are just starting to like run and shout. Other people are, one guy goes, I can fix this. Shoots himself. Give me sanity rolls for the insanity that's now going on in the street as whatever was in them rockets seems to be adversely affecting the people here. You can put 1 point toward whatever category seems to fit. You can go gross out, whatever. How is Vince Vega doing for Sandy? He fails. Okay, so roll a D6 as you get to watch some people get Cronenberged. Vince loses another big ass chunk of sandy. Roll another willpower times 3 roll. And you can put that 5 points toward, I'd put it toward gross out or human gore. Your choice. One of those two categories will serve you well, Vince.
I'm gonna do human gross out.
Great. Yeah, that'll be good for when you go to an autopsy and go, I've seen somebody pull through their own asshole. This autopsy is not even alarming to me. Okay, so you failed your willpower times 3. So now roll a d4, fight, flight, freak, freeze. 4 is good for you. 1 is 20 for me.
What do I need to roll?
D4. Fight, flight. Right, it's time to run the fuck away. Roll a d20 you want low.
Hey.
Vince goes, ha! He runs off for 2 rounds and goes, no, I don't feel like running anymore. I'm tired. My feet are still sore as shit. He limps his ass back. Freddie, you give me an evidence analysis roll as you think about something, Freddie, and you go, As you watch the entire town bursting into chaos, you see people are hitting each other and shit, and you know somehow with your massive amount of evidence analysis, this will all be blamed on you. What do you guys do? No look on Freddy's.
Well, if they're busy,
Everybody's ignoring you guys. They're all
I want to
involved.
go and like just casually like while they're busy fighting each other, whatever. Just grab some few dollars here and there. Just
give me
one of them.
Give me 3 prestidigitation rolls. You're at a plus 30 because they're going through a lot of weird shit right now.
Got this.
Yeah.
Steal their wallets.
Yeah, there's nothing better than when somebody's in a lot of pain, you go take their shit.
That's Freddy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, Freddy's a mercenary bitch, so.
Made all 3.
All right, Freddie, roll 3d6. If you get any 6s, then roll another d6 and add it to it.
Big money.
Okay, I'll roll another 6.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so $8 and then
9, 12.
Great. People don't have fucking much money here for some reason. This little dirt farm out in the middle of nowhere, nobody seems rich.
Okay.
I mean, it's enough money for a couple more days. You do that. You notice that no more rocket things are getting launched. You can see in the distance, it looks like the figures are illuminated briefly. They seem to be hanging out, but it's like 8 or 10 kilometers away. It's fucking hard to tell. The only reason you can tell that is because a couple of them are standing in front of a burning bush. It's literally a burning bush there. You doubt it's God.
Damn elves.
It's supposed to be just a simple bounty mission. Oh crap, now there's rockets in the air. Right. Sure.
They don't really have rocket technology here, you're thinking.
Yeah.
But apparently now they do.
Yeah. Alright, well.
What are you gonna do, Freddie?
Hey Vince.
Yep.
You wanna go check out that cantina?
Sure.
Alright.
So
yeah, hold on to
you
this.
guys are going to the cantina.
Mm-hmm. I'm giving $6.
No problem. You hear gunfire coming from about the direction of the cantina.
Without getting too close, is there a window I can just see what's going on from like a distance?
You look through somebody else's window, through their house or business, out another window where you can see them, so that you're not in the middle of the street. And it looks like some of the people at the cantina are gunning down other people who are approaching the place. It looks like this thing has done quite a number on the townspeople. A couple of them seem to think that they're zombies or something. They're going, and shit like that, and just staggering around attacking other people with their hands or teeth.
Do we see Hank?
Yeah. You're starting to think there might not be a Hank. You're starting to think Owen just sent you out here into the desert to die. In fact, that was probably him in a mask that robbed you earlier. He's still laughing.
He gave us the money. What was it? All right.
He just wants to strip away your hopes and dreams at the last possible
He wants
minute.
to see us suffer.
Yeah, of course he does. All right. See
You
where
can hear it sounds like a player piano coming from the bar you're watching.
Is the bartender also going crazy?
You don't know which one the bartender is. Nobody's dressed in an apron. They all look like a bunch of greedy desperado bandits, scumbags.
All right. Well, probably don't want to go in there.
Hmm.
Let's go back to the saloon.
Yeah.
No problem. When you get closer to the saloon and stuff, you see your bartender is standing in the doorway fighting with some other guy. It looks like the bartender's got some sort of axe handle and he's beating the guy with and screaming in his face about, chickens or something.
So the bartender's winning.
Yes. The entire town is literally going nuts right now. And some guy runs by on fire. Ah, he says. Everybody in town is freaking the fuck out.
I just turned to Vince. Oh, this is fucked.
Okay, so we need to shift the blame to the elves.
Yeah, I'm giving them some cards for that.
Yeah?
No, we
Yep.
need to get everyone gathered up and try to get their attention.
You're thinking that maybe after they calm down, that might be a good plan. But right now, and possibly for the rest of the night, you're thinking that the longer you stay here, the better chances that you'll either be lit on fire or beaten up or have a horse run you over or something horrible is getting ready to happen. You're pretty sure. Plus, Freddy's luck may be involved, so you're kind of surprised you're not already dead.
Okay, question. It's 6 cards maximum?
Correct.
Alright.
Normally it's 4, but when there's only 2 of you, you each get 6.
Yeah, then when there's solo, there's 8.
You got it on the money.
All right. Where do we want to stay then, Vince? Doesn't seem like a very safe.
Anywhere but here?
Yeah. Let's go to the. Maybe there's some camping gear or something that we can just grab from the local store and then just leave for the night.
Local store, most of the windows have bars in them and stuff to keep people from doing something called a snatch and grab. But the store seems to be closed right now for some damn reason.
Is there anyone inside? If I
Yeah.
look through the window.
No, it looks like it's not lit up and stuff because it's nighttime.
I'm gonna just pick the lock.
All right, go ahead and give me a lock picking roll.
I will just support myself with lock lore. Yep. Okay. +5.
Using the ride as a cover for more robbery, you guys go on a little bit of a robbing spree. No worries. You pick the lock and go in, and this is what the general store looks like. It's a bit of a disappointment in many ways because most of what they sell here, here's a picture of it, looks to be foodstuffs. It's right underneath the map. And there's another picture of it. Yeah.
Finally, some food.
Yeah. You can eat something other than mystery meat in the stew. Now
I
it's
will
Mr.
rob the cash here for the.
No cash is left here because somebody might break in and rob it. That'd be crazy talk.
So there's no camping stuff.
There's like bedrolls and stuff that you can get. There's coffee, flour, bacon, sugar, clothing, ropes, lanterns, oil, prospecting, mining tools, TNT, rifles, shotguns,
What?
revolvers.
TNT?
Shotgun.
Hanging outside and inside of the store are several of those wind chimes and decorative baubles, the balls and stuff. Did you say shotgun?
There's TNT in the
Oh yeah,
store?
there's 2 big crates of TNT. It's marked at $2 a stick. Each crate contains 30 sticks.
Yeah, how much is that?
$3 a stick here. Extortion.
Alright, let's just grab 2 bedrolls.
Is there
It shows
by
him holding
chance
her near the TNT. Ah, he's just-
sawed-off shotgun there or some form of?
and they have a do-it-yourself sawed-off shotgun. You can buy a metal saw, hacksaw, and a shotgun, double barrel. And then, assuming that you don't fuck it up, you can make your own sawed-off shotgun. I don't suggest doing it here, but you can grab the shit to do it somewhere else.
Yeah, I'll grab the crap to go do it somewhere else.
Are you wanting to have the handle sawed down too, or no? Put a pistol grip on it?
Yeah, sure, why not?
You grab shit to do that with. It'll either be carpentry or gunsmithing. Don't roll now, but when the time comes, you'll get to choose.
Yeah.
So you grab a bunch of shit. So what do you want to grab, Freddie? Aside
Just a bedroll,
rolls, right?
some food, maybe water.
You
Okay.
get a bunch of bacon that you'll light on fire, and it'll cause the bedrolls to burst into flames somehow, and then possibly Vince, who will be in his bedroll trying to get a little sleep, just minding his own business, and then he'll be on fire because you're trying to cook.
Maybe a canteen as well.
A couple canteens, right? Yeah, you wish you had water to put in. That would really be something.
Yeah, I know.
Put some whiskey in it instead. No.
Oh yeah, they got a bottle of whiskey here. You can put that in your canteen. What could possibly go wrong? Okay, so you guys robbed the shit out of the store. Let's see. Both of you guys give me spot hidden roll at 1/4 as you're leaving. Nobody jumps out and goes, "Get out of my store," because everybody's acting crazy still. Although people are starting to calm down, so you're thinking, good time to leave town quick. God damn, Vince Vega stops and he's looking up like there's an owl getting ready to shit on him, and he's like glaring at it.
Boom. Die.
It's not an owl, just so you know. Freddie failed. Right. Freddie runs into you from behind because he's looking up to see what you're eyeing into, and it bounces off you. Something's up with those little ball things, but you can't tell what you saw, but something caught your eye about one of those little balls that's hanging up here, like little wind chime deals.
I'd take one of them with me.
Done. And right, you guys then slink out of town and stuff before anybody comes to your senses and goes, "Hey, are they just driving general store? You just want to leave the door open behind you, like, see ya?"
No. Close the door, relock it.
Okay, done. You guys skedaddle. Which direction out of town do you want to go?
I don't know. Let me see the map.
Sure. Unfortunately, I don't have a bigger map. Pretty much it's this town, and on the north, east, and south, mountains. The road goes out west. That's back toward the bigger road, and eventually you can get back to Bakersfield and then get a train and get back to,
Well, I mean, we have a expert navigator with us, so.
That's right.
Vince, tell me, where should we camp?
I don't think we should camp by the mountains because I don't feel like dealing with coyotes and all that crap.
There are mountains literally on 3 sides of you.
Let's have the one way without mountains.
Right, but that's the road, so that's possibly bandits. You did get robbed already once on the road.
Yeah, mountains, I guess.
If you want the northern mountains, the eastern mountains, which are kind of going toward the big finger flipping off. Oh, the fire's gone now in the distance. Or the southern mountains.
Let's head south.
No problem. You guys head south. Long way or little way?
Um,
You guys are walking south, trying to figure out how long you should keep walking. I'm not saying when the sun comes up you're still walking, but
yeah. But let's say a little way maybe.
Yeah, a little way.
Do you think that's far enough out of town for the crazies not to find you and kill you? I mean, some
Well,
of the
I mean,
guys were turned inside out and still alive walking around.
God.
Well, I mean, we'll take what? So
That'll help.
yeah.
Hey, you're all tucked away in your sleeping bag? Something snuck up on me. Now we're both gonna die together. Woo! You spend the first few rounds going, I went out of my sleeping bag. It'll be fine. You'll like it.
It's like you're
Well, we'll make sure we'll try and do it in a way that we're like at least somewhat concealed by maybe rocks and shit, so it's not like
No problem.
yeah.
You guys go out a ways away from town, not too far, but you can see town like in the distance. Town looks small in the distance, but you can still see it, so you don't get lost in the desert because both of you guys suck ass at navigating. And if you were to go so you can't see the town, you'll just die in the desert and it'll be ugly. So no problem. You guys are getting your campsite set up. Both of you guys give me a listen rolls. Super low would be good.
But
listen. Be nice if I could see it. There it is.
You got yours by a quarter.
Ooh.
No, you're not quick.
Oh, god damn. No problem. You hear it sounds like maybe 6 people sneaking towards you. Freddie, you definitely hear some, it sounds like some people sneaking toward you. Vince, they're all wearing moccasins.
Don't know what that is.
Soft leather shoes.
Alright, so they're trying to be stealthy.
Are they coming from the town or different direction?
Different directions. But they're really sneaky.
I get my shotgun ready.
Okay.
Really? Okay. I grab my pistol and I'm like, who goes there?
Three figures rise up and 2 of them advance. It appears to be elves. They've got bows and stuff, and behind each one, you see a super thin one wrapped completely in dark garments and stuff like that. They stand unnaturally still. So it's a grand total of 6 figures, 3 of which seem to be elves. The other 3 are really super thin and unnaturally stationary elves, maybe. Hard to say because they got like masks on and shit. And the one in back who's like in shadow and stuff against your guys' very small campfire says, "You are trespassing on our lands."
Oh, well, sorry. I attempt to like extend my apologies in Latin.
Oh,
like,
give me a Latin roll.
Respectfully, like with Latin. No, damn.
There's a long pause as they all look at each other, and the one in the back says, "You speak insults to me? Do you know who I am?"
No, I apologize. I'm learning to speak Latin. I did not mean any offense. We do not mean to trespass on your lands, Sir Elf.
Do Do you even know who I am?
Please forgive our ignorance. No.
Very well. And you? Do you know who I am? He says to Vince, presumably.
I say one word. I say crossed.
That name is an insult, he says. He advances into the light, and you get to discover why he may be called Crossed. His picture is down on the lower right. You guys can't be calling me that, he says.
Forgive our rudeness.
Oh, we apologize, sir. We only heard your name from those heathens over there, pointing to the town.
Do you guys see his picture?
Yeah.
Good.
Looks Photoshop.
Where do you find these people, Logan? Holy
That's really so predictable. What is that ramen noodle here?
And he says, my name is Taza.
Taza. My name is Freddy. I hold up my hand. I
He
put my
does
gun away, by the way.
The two warriors with him kind of finger their bowstrings nervously and
I pull
look
my
like
hand away.
they're
Like
ready to shoot you if necessary.
I mean you no harm.
I lower my shotgun.
Yeah, I put my gun away. Like,
all right. He said, you notice that other people have like kind of flanked you and stuff, but they're not acting against you. You're pretty certain you've been surrounded by this point.
Yeah.
He says, I have seen strange things happening above the town of the Beastkin. There is no doubt in my mind that whatever was done to them will be laid at our feet.
yes, we saw it too. It almost affected us, but luckily our constitution was strong enough to resist it. Do you know anything about what is happening, Sir Elf?
Yes. Yes, it comes from the mountains, he says. It comes from close to where the place that if you look at it, you go blind forever.
The place that you go blind?
Yes. He says, Knife Cut Mesa. Close to that is the volcano. If you go up the volcano during the daylight, when the light reflects off of the giant diamond and you behold it, then you will go blind. One of my men is forever blinded by this strange thing. Do you know where Knife Cut Mesa is?
No.
He dramatically points to where you've seen the rockets launch from before. Yes? Do you know why I tell you of this?
You want us to do something about it.
Because if you don't,
It'll affect you too.
I am glad that you seem to be a smart, although very hairless beastkin.
Yes. Have you attempted to discover more? Like, have you been there yourself?
After one of our scouts was blinded, we thought it would be better if we were to find somebody totally expendable and send them in.
Fair enough.
All right. I'm glad we understand each other.
Listen,
Be working for the elves, you're thinking, Freddie.
but we may be able to help you, but we're on official business to locate. And I grab the poster and I show it to him. Have you seen this individual?
Oh, yes. I have. I know where he lives. If you help us, then we shall help you. He does not live in town. He lives outside of town. Without our help, you may never find him.
Is he bullshitting me, Logan? Does he actually know where he is?
Give me an empathy roll, at least by half. He is telling strange things to you that go into your ears and make you unhappy.
It's probably telling short. So.
Yeah, by half.
There's some half truths. You think he knows where he is, though, but
Not
there's
sure
also some half truths.
So I would appreciate it if we could be frank with each other. We will help
I
you with
will
your
not be frank. I am Taza.
sorry, strange beastkin lingo. Be honest with each other. What can
I
you tell
am
me
being
about?
as honest with you as I would be with any non-elf,
Hmm.
especially one who does not even speak the language of the people.
I have been attempting to speak it. Forgive my inability to.
Causing my language great pain and insult by your butchery of it. It's like you are mocking the language of 1,000 years. He looks toward the mountain. He looks toward you. You may leave your extra equipment with us. We will get it back to you, should you survive.
We
Very
do
good.
need a place to stay for the night. Do you mind? We are going to help you with your problem.
Very well. He says some stuff in Latin to one of the other warriors.
Wait, let me see what you said. We'll try to really.
Can I attempt to pick up on this Latin?
Absolutely. Try rolling, since you don't have that language, roll your learn ×1. Freddy doesn't seem to understand it, and neither do you. One of the warriors laughs a bit, comes over, and he holds out his hands. Taza says, "Give him your weapons."
Okay. We'll get them back, yes, when we're ready to leave.
You wish to insult me by asking such a thing?
I'm just asking. I apologize. I hand them to him immediately.
I hand them my shotgun.
Anything that's knife size, they don't seem to give a shit about. Your half dozen throwing knives, 6 throwing knives, they could give a fuck about. They don't look at them as serious weapons, and neither does Freddy. After they do that, then they send over somebody else who was going to blindfold you.
I understand.
They then take you through and around, and you seem to be walking for about 8.5 years. At least that's what your feet are telling you.
And I attempt like really difficult direction sense to figure out where we're going.
Absolutely, you can. Yeah, you can both try an amazingly hard direction sense.
No.
Okay. Cool. Right. And you guys are eventually taken to some place that has some of these kind of things. Chunk. It's underneath the picture of the store you recently robbed.
Yeah.
You two will sleep in here. They give you your bedrolls. They're not really searching too hard. If you'd had like a knife or gun or something hidden in a bedroll, they wouldn't have picked it up.
No, I gave them everything.
Yeah, and they will post a guard on outside to make sure that you get all of your beauty sleep.
Thank you. We appreciate your kindness.
He says something to the other elves in Latin, who all go ha 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 ha.
Wait, can we roll again for that one?
Of course.
All right.
Pretty princess.
Something about something about beauty sleep. They all found it very amusing. No problem. He says, in the morning, we will wake you up, feed you, and then escort you closer to the knife cut. But you must be careful when you approach it.
Because
it's dangerous.
Bum bum bum.
Alright, of course it is.
Go and arise more beautiful tomorrow. One of the warriors is like, oh man. Right. You guys get a good night's sleep. As good as you can get, surrounded by a large hostile force who has all your weapons and shit. But in the morning, they do actually feed you and stuff. They blindfold your ass before letting you come out and get some food. So you're sitting around eating while blindfolded, and the food tastes good, although there's a lot of laughter for some reason.
I'm glad that we amuse you.
Yes, I am too, says Daza.
So before we go on our little excursion, what else can you tell us about the place? What have your scouts found?
As I said, if you go to the top of the volcano and look in while the sun is high in the sky, you will lose your eyes forever. We don't recommend doing that. As for other things, they may be there, but you must be very careful. There are men who are like creatures made of mud, very thick. They can also throw themselves at you. Small pieces, you must be careful of them. If you see them, they are not especially difficult to kill, but sometimes they are many, and sometimes they become one.
Have you fought these things?
Only briefly.
What's the best method of exterminating them?
We let our undead skeleton pets take care of them. But unfortunately, they can also destroy them. It was shocking to find this out.
I see. Do they have any weaknesses besides undead skeleton pets?
Yes, they seem weak to arrows, especially elvish enchanted silver arrows.
Don't suppose you could,
No, we couldn't.
I mean, we are trying to help you.
Good. Then we shall see what sort of help you give. They lead, after you guys eat, then they lead your blindfolded asses out of their village. It sounds like there's a fair number of people here, but give me listen rolls. Thousands of fucking people in this goddamn village. It's much bigger than the town you just came from. Vega, you made your listen roll. I'm not sure why you're rolling direction sense, but
I'm trying to make sure that.
Oh yeah,
I'm
you're totally lost. They just they spin you around for a while and shit.
Yeah.
They're just horrible. Vince, you're guessing there's probably less than 20 or 30 people, including women and children and stuff that live there. Freddie's just like, I can't believe that there's so many of these people and nobody's noticed. It's a whole city. It's like St. Louis. Nobody's noticed. And you're like, oh, Freddie. And he goes, what? So, who is that? Who's speaking to me? And so eventually you guys get led there, and they take you, they have you climb up some stuff, and then they take off the blindfolds, and one of the warriors, because Taza couldn't be bothered to walk you, points at your guns and shit that they just piled up on the ground, And he goes,
Okay.
heads off.
Thank
Being
you.
followed by his very thin companion. Looking around, there's some wild shit here.
Where are we right now, though?
You remember the big rock formation that looked like it was flipping you off?
Oh, right, okay.
So
there.
close. So close.
Okay. Yeah, you were saying.
You are not at all surprised to have literally been shanghaied here by the elves that you were planning on setting up for the fall. But they did promise that they would help you to hunt down the other guy if you do stuff. Knife Cut Mesa, it's a flat mesa top. Do you know what a mesa is, Vince?
Yes, I do.
Good man. There's scrubland on top, low grass and vegetation, sand and rocks. Now, it looks like there's three interesting things in the area. The rest of it's just like kind of generic rocky desert and stuff, but there's three interesting things. First, imagine like a kid that piles sand up like this in like a little mountain shape, and then in the middle of it, make erase all the sand so that it goes up on the sides and it comes to almost a point, but then the middle part is just gone, right? That is the cut, the knife cut part. So you could walk up on the crumbly top where it kind of goes like this on the side. So it's like sloped up on the sides, and then it goes to a sudden drop off. But if you wanted to jump to the other side, it's only like 2, maybe 3 meters in places. So in real life, nobody fucking sane would do that. For the PCs, yeah, at some point, you're pretty sure you'd end up jumping from one side to the other because, pardon?
Oh, I'm going to die eventually, so might as well do it.
Right. And then it looks like the top, from the top of the cut to the bottom, it's maybe like you'd be falling a 3, maybe 4-story building onto sharp, uneven rocks and shit. That's one of the features. You're on the mesa top, and it's got the big stone hand flipping off. And then over there is like a little Mount Doom looking thing, a little volcano looking thing over there. So those are the three things. The mesa that doesn't, you can look like there's burned bush over there and stuff like that. There's obviously shit to see here. Mini Mount Doom that you've been warned about, and then the knife cut thing. Those are your three. And in the distance, 8 or 10 kilometers away, you can see a really small, shitty town that you recently burglarized.
Where were the dark figures that we saw in the mountain? Where in relation to where we are right now?
Near where you're standing now, but you'd have to look around and figure shit out.
On the mesa?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. In fact, both of you guys can give me tracking rolls. Lower is better because there's all kinds of shit, but I'm not going to make you roll for each thing because that's petty and takes too goddamn long.
Just a normal one.
Try to get some of it. Vince is like, what the fuck is tracking for? I don't need to track anything. Okay, so there's some footprints made by people wearing moccasins. There's some impressions made by heavy equipment of some sort. There's some burn patches of vegetation. There's some large irregular footprints, like weirdly shaped, like almost like make a random footprint, not necessarily foot shape.
Is there mud where the footprints were?
No mud. Some boot prints. And some of the tracks, either there's a lot of different appendages or they change shape as they go.
Right.
Yeah.
Human-sized boot prints?
Yeah.
Wonderful.
So that's the kind of shit that you'd see there. Vince looks around. He's dressed in his cowboy and stuff. Are you wearing a hat of any kind, Vince?
Yeah, definitely.
Good man. Take a card. Yes. Fred, what kind of hat are you wearing, Vince?
One that provides some shade to my general eyes and
So just like a flat, you're not going for the full 10-gallon cowboy hat or anything like that. You just want a flat brimmed hat.
just enough so I don't get sunburn in my face.
Good. Freddie, do you have any idea of a hat?
Something black, definitely, and I wouldn't say like fancy, just like a fedora, but bigger.
Okay.
Kind of a thing. Yeah.
Well, do you guys know what the most common hat actually worn in the Old West was?
What, the name of it? No.
No. Yeah, it's a really common hat. It's like a derby hat.
Oh.
Like the round one. Yeah, seriously, derbies. Cowboy hats, not very common.
Maybe I have a derby then, too.
Yeah, no problem. So, what do you guys want to do?
I have a question about a card. Expert psychoanalysis.
That's only good if somebody wants to spend hero points and is really crazy. I don't recommend it because if you can gain sanity from doing good guy stuff, saving people, not robbing them, shit like that, then you'll gain sanity. And what's your sanity at now?
75.
You are a long way away from. Have you been having your sanity fall? Your sanity should have been.
It was
down like 10 points last night alone.
It did.
So it was 85 before?
Yeah, no, it was 86 before.
God damn, Vince. All right. Yeah. So yeah, you don't need that card. You are a long way. When you get into the under 50 sanity points, you're getting closer to crazy. You guys are both super duper stable right now.
Can you switch to the other page for a minute?
Yes. Got to run you on more crazy shit later, apparently. Mm-hmm. There you go.
Just grab that. All right.
All right, Vince. I noticed you took one of those bubble things. Any reason you took that, or you just like the little trinket thing?
I saw something that caught my eye. I didn't really get a good look at it because we were panicking or in a rush.
What did you see?
Can I take a closer look at the...
He pulls it out. And when you look at it really closely, it looks like microcircuitry designs are printed on it. Really small, really hard to see. But definitely there now. You're looking at it closely. Freddie looks as though he's trying to shit a walnut. Not a happy look on him. You're thinking that's not a good look for him.
On the off chance that I either screw this up or do something very, very amazing, can I try to disassemble it and...
You're wanting to try. It looks like it's just a glass shell, so you'd have to break that to get into it.
Gotcha.
And just by looking at it, can you tell what purpose it serves?
The outside, no. Maybe if you break it open, you could, but you're not sure.
All right. Smash that glass.
Delicately.
So what do you want to do with it? Like throw it at Freddy as hard as you can? What?
As nice as that sounds, I want to try to break it open nicely and make sure I don't damage any of the circuit wire.
No problem. You go, and it fucking explodes. Not a big explosion, but it causes you 1 point of damage. And it makes a loud popping noise like one of those old-fashioned flash bulbs going off.
Oh.
Yeah.
And then the insides literally turn from whatever kind of stuff they were into like this fucking gray goo and go. Freddie, do you have any kind of weird tech skill things?
I have
Damn great aliens.
operate cryopod.
Give me your skill roll since you've seen futuristic tech at some point.
Option also futuristic. Alright, new skill. Alright. By the way, does this look by any chance like the silver blobs in the Tri-Kingdom?
No. No,
Oh,
that
okay,
would be.
I made a new skill.
God damn.
Okay.
You're guessing some sort of surveillance device.
What should I name this new skill?
Identify, actually, this will be a useful one. Identify question mark technology.
Okay.
By looking at this specific kind of technology, which if you can figure out what kind of technology it is, then you may be able to identify the general purpose of said technology. Vince, you're free to try that new skill as well. Although
Right.
Freddie's got a freakishly high learn, so that's why he picks up a lot of this stuff.
Oh, whoops.
No worries. No, you hit the right thing. You did it correctly.
I wasn't sure. All right.
So, yeah, you're thinking that's them goddamn gray aliens again. You hate them so much after they abducted your best friend and then probed him vigorously and stuff. They brought him back, and he never was the same after that. He would sit awake at night on his roof, begging the aliens to come back and finish his job, but they just didn't.
Some kind of okay. Is it? What's it powered by?
You're not really sure on that. You're at your level. You're lucky to figure out generally what something does.
Okay.
Looking back on it, there did seem to be a lot of these weird ball things. Oh, both of you guys can give me an occult roll.
Yeah, occult bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite.
Mythos.
It is literally not possible to have a 3% in something. You're
oh wait, I'm missing a 0 then. Oh wait, no.
You're missing the rest of your learn at some point, but it's still a fumble. But you're also Cthulhu Mythos is different than a cult skill, and assuming you made your Cthulhu Mythos and it went up at some time, don't just type in the 3 that it went up by, but also whatever your learn was plus the 3.
Gotcha. All right.
Freddie goes.
All right, let me quickly fix that.
The balls that were, if you have any other skills like that also, just slap your 10, put a 1 in front of them. Freddie, those balls kind of remind you of European witch balls, that they hang up in their homes to drive witches away. It's like these little balls and stuff. Very common practice in, 1700s, 1600s, 1500s. Called witch balls. Not testicles.
So they're definitely. I relay all this to Vince, obviously.
I don't think he cares. He just looks at you like, so?
Let's see. We got the Mesa, we got the Mountain Doom, and we got the Knife Cut.
And you've investigated most of the Mesa. I mean, nobody's climbed up onto the giant flipping off finger thing, but you're thinking that other than it being an obscene rock formation, you're doubting there's anything.
Where's that bush then?
Right there.
I want to have a look at that.
It's near the heavy indentations that were presumably put by heavy machines of some sort being set there.
Can I tell what started the fire? Or how it started?
It's hard to say. Somebody put some stuff down next to where the fire started. You can give me an evidence analysis roll.
Before you make a roll, I have a support card.
I don't really think it's necessary for this.
Alright.
Might want to save it to something more important.
Okay.
I made it clear anyway.
Remember all those rockets that were going off? Your guess is, you're just guessing here, that the heavy equipment stuff might be the stands that they had the rockets on, like big pop bottle rockets. And then they flew out, then their exhaust possibly lit these bushes on fire.
Is there any leftover shit like on the floor that the rockets were carrying?
No.
Maybe? Oh,
you froze.
Look. Logan died. Ripped. Oh, good session.
Yeah, cleared the module.
It's been carefully cleaned. And that's how...
Freezing up.
Stop. Alright, start again.
That's how I saved Christmas. Now, your thing. What was the last thing you heard me say?
I asked you if I could see any leftover stuff, and then you start, and then you stop.
No, it's been very carefully cleaned up, and it looks like somebody even tried to sweep up the trail, but they were super clumsy.
Okay. I'm not letting where this is going.
Freddy looks like Vince, like he's been eating lemons and shit right now.
All right.
Mr. Navigator, where to next? Do you want to go up on the black knife, not the black knife, up there where the jump is? Yeah. Or do you want to check out the? Yeah.
Well, there's 3 different places that look interesting, like the top of the heap for the cut, like running around on the wing top, or Mount Doom, or down into the earth. Freddy doesn't like any of these choices because he knows.
I'm assuming we can't see down, like down the.
Oh no! It looks like it goes into a path. Give me a tracking roll.
Nah.
Who the fuck knows what's down there? It's all kinds of dirt and rocks and shit. Yeah, you're not really sure, but you've got 3 options, or 3 plus. You could run back to town. You could go try to seek out these fucking elves and slit their throats for making you do this.
Whatever.
Yeah. You notice a lot of the furries are really nice to you guys, but they really, really hate the elves. I'm talking super hate.
I know.